guest today is Josh Hamilton, tour guide at Cowtown Winery's Ghost Tour. So Josh, I have to ask, how did you find yourself in this line of work?
It's a great question. So honestly, it was right at the start of COVID. The writing kind of seemed to be on the wall. Like I was working at a nonprofit and it was definitely going to close down. So I was just scrolling Indeed, saw it, and I remembered my wife and I went on the tour years prior. And I thought, okay, I think I could do this. And I grew up in a house that was pretty active. I've always loved the paranormal.
Oh, wow.
So happenstance, he needed a guide, I was available, and off we went.
And how did you do the research for this?
Yeah, so research-wise, when I started, we had kind of a core of stories that actually came to us from a few different places, some from Discovery Channel, others from people around here. But now that I've been doing this almost 3 years, I get them from people that are in these, different buildings. So like the Issus Theater down the road. Owner of that building used to be my boss when I was a teacher.
I met him,
Got plenty of stories for me, right? So yeah, luckily just building good relationships, getting it, and then researching it.
So you're bringing some new stories to this tour.
I would say
previously unknown, I should
exactly. Had you have taken the tour when I first started, about half of those stories are still on the tour. Everything else has kind of been swapped out and updated. Yeah, so if you've been on the tour before in Fort Worth, come again because you're going to get new stories for sure.
Okay, cool. So as far as you can tell, the stockyards have more paranormal activity than other parts of Fort Worth, and if so, why do you think?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the only other place that I might compare paranormal-wise to, but there's not like a tour running through it, would be Hell's Half Acre, so closer to downtown. But I think Fort Worth Stockyards has the activity because of the history, right? So we know men used to go out in that street and duel. We know the bar fights that would trickle out would lead to a killing. Like there's a historical thing outside of White Elephant Saloon. So I think that's part of it. And because it developed so early, the fires that would happen too. We got a lot of stories about fires that would happen. This area itself burned down, right? And so that, and then if you add in the added flavor of the multiple bordellos, that's going to add an element to it as well. So I think that's why it's so active. It just has seen a lot of death, but at the hands of humans, right? And so when you go to New Orleans, kind of similar, but if you went to like the Katrina area in New Orleans, that's going to be a natural disaster. So that's going to be a reason as to why it's so active. Ours, you really got to dig into the history to know why.
Okay. And you did a great job of explaining the history. It's a really fun tour. If folks want to check this out, where do they go to buy tickets?
Yeah, great question. So cowtownwinery.com. All the tour dates and what tours are out there are available, how many tickets are left. So just go to Cowtown Winery and click on Ghost Tours. And it also has the True Crime Tour.
So interesting.
I got tired of talking about ghosts after 2 years, and I'm a true crime junkie, and so I asked if I could write a true crime tour, and he said yes.
Oh, great. Interesting.
So all of the true crime stories are different than the ghost stories. They're all, and they span a range from 1911 to 2019.
Okay, cool. Let's
everything in between. Yeah, it's a lot of crime all in one tour. Yeah, it's great.
And possibly ghosts. We don't.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely connected. Yeah, for sure.
Well, again, it's a really fun tour. You're a bit of a stand-up comedian too out there, I'll just say.
So if you don't make it lighthearted at some point, people are going to leave like terrified. So I want to give you a joke, a smile, and then scare you. Yeah, exactly.
Cool, Josh. Again, it was fun. Get a ticket, get scared, even if it's after Halloween. Happy Halloween, Josh.
Absolutely. Thank you. Same to you.
Be
well. Thanks.
Appreciate it.